G'day guys, how's it going? Welcome back of course to the Time Bomb channel. Hope all is good in your part of the world. Watch review of the Citizen FORZA CA 461085A Zenshin Super Titanium Chrono. And looks wise, it is very classy and very spicy. I think you're going to like this one. Let me just zoom in a fraction. If you are, of course, interested in this particular watch, please do head over to First Class Watches here. Some super people who are going to help you, if possible, as much as they can with a price on these. Also wanted to give a quick shout out to another watch channel that I've been following for a while, and that is ClickSpring Reviews. Really nice presentations of some very nice high-end watches. And yeah, he's got watch reviews coming out every couple of days, so plenty to feed your disease. So this is an Eco Drive Super Titanium Chrono. It looks absolutely superb in many respects, and it's just another one of those Citizen releases I think that just makes a lot of sense. Not like some of their other releases, for example, the Scratch Magnet, the Tiosa, or whatever it's called. Yeah, I'm not sure what those are about. Anyway, I am reliably informed that Zenshin means the whole body, or from the tip to the toe. So it's probably in relation to the integrated nature of the watch and strap. But please do correct me if you have another interpretation of Zenshin. The Zenshin series is comprised of these chronos. Then they also have here a straight up three-hander, again in a range of colors. And if that doesn't appeal, then they also have the slightly classier or upgraded version then of what's the sub-seconds. And again, those come in several colors. This particular chronos then come in this Tiffany blue, which again, sorry, regulars to the channel will know I don't get Tiffany blue. And then they call this particular one salmon, but I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen a fish that color. Please do drop me a comment down below. So let's just zoom in a fraction. This one though is supposed to be white. I think it's a little bit more of a silvery cream, depending on the light where you catch it. But I think of the dialed colors, this one is absolutely the standout to me. Key speckage then is around 42 mils across. You're going to add a smidgen more for those crowns there. It's pretty slim then at 11 mils, so I think it's going to fit. Obviously the north to south is fairly redundant because obviously being integrated, it's going to sit across most wrists fairly adequately. It is perhaps a little larger, being as it's a 42. So again, if that is too big for your wrist, if you've got the 6 to 6.5, then I would probably suggest looking at the sub-seconds or the three-hander, probably a little bit better sizing. It's 100 meters worth of watery goodness, as you would perhaps expect. Up top, I don't know if we can just see it, there's a sliver over the edge there. You have sapphire with some very good AR underneath. And on this titanium unsized bracelet, it weighs in just at 103 grams. So I think it's going to be very easy on wrists. Yeah, it's very comfortable indeed as a consequence. The dial, as I was referencing before, is that silvery, creamy, whitey stuff. It's almost a little bit like a meteorite dial. I'm not exactly sure what the dial material is, what it's made from, or how they've created it. So again, I mean, I searched on their websites and there's no description at all. So again, that's probably one of the aspects of Citizen that I dislike, because they don't do much on the side of explaining something that is fundamental to the watch. It would be kind of helpful to know a little bit better. Another thing that is, I think, could possibly a little better is the chrono hand there. It's silver, and so it can get a little bit lost. It might have been nice perhaps if it was perhaps black, it would maybe stand out a little bit better. But then again, I'm going to suggest that most people who are buying this are not buying it for the chrono function. Lovely sweep as it drops back up to the top, and yes, it aligns almost perfectly between those Twixes. It's just a smidgen off to the left. I'll leave it running again to see if we can get it back up to, let's just try it one more time. See if it realigns better between those twigs. Yeah, it's just a hair off to the left, isn't it? But again, as I say, I don't imagine most people who are buying this watch are going to be using it as a sports timer and are looking for, you know, tachyscale accuracy, but I could be wrong there. The date window, sadly, looks like it's fallen down a hole. So the date window's fallen down a hole. The date wheel has fallen down a hole. I really, I get the fact that perhaps, yes, that the date wheel itself will have to sit underneath those chrono subdials, so it's all on layers within the watch. But again, it is, I think, too deep here. So there is perhaps a strong argument for even getting rid of the date wheel and just not including it at all. Again, just allowing then more real estate for that whiteness to come through. On the upside, the Citizen Loom is excellent. It's almost actually too excellent because it's so strong. It reflects and refracts off the back of the off the dial there. I mean, just beautiful Citizen quality loom, outstanding, faultless. We have Slinky Malinky on the bracelet here, and in the titanium it's very muted, but then as you see you've got those polished sections just underneath there, so giving you a nice little bit of play on light. I think, you know, they're almost Y sections there, as I say, really nice and subtle, but then you just get a little bit of a pop of shine. So yes, very well done there. The clasp is a mixed bag. It's sort of, I think it's fit for purpose. It closes snugly and positively, as you can see here. Yeah, nice and secure and easy to release. However, yeah, that press bit there is a little bit ugly. And again, they've just offered you the option of 2 micro adjusts. So yeah, I think on an integrated bracelet, it warrants more micro adjust so that you can get a better fit. Yeah, you know what I mean, and yeah, you probably got the same understanding. The case body is quite flat, and it almost has a little bit of an upturn there through the lugs. But again, it's very nice with the contrast of the polishing just on the shoulder. I think they've done a very good job, and then again, yeah, polishing on the bezel as well stands out. As I say, it's an absolute looker. Come one last thing while I'm around the back here, then the case back is just very smooth and straightforward. Nothing to write home about there. Again, if you think of the price point of these, they perhaps could have done something a little bit spicier on the back. Coming back to the dial, because I think, yeah, that's really where it's all about on this one. Let me just pick that off again. At the 3 o'clock, we've again got a 24-hour sub dial. I think they are potentially a little bit redundant on chronos. Just kind of, I mean, yeah, I reviewed the Citizen, a Seiko black on black 100th the other day, and that one then had, for example, at the 3 had that 100th of a second, which is a little bit more in keeping with the chrono concept. It's again, I think I said it was slightly redundant because, you know, you've got to be really, you know, measuring something, you know, super accurately to get that working. But I know that a lot of people dislike the 24s on there. I mean, can you really see what time it is? I mean, I don't know. Just seems a little bit odd. I also think perhaps on that subdial down at the 6, the titanium bragging rights, it's a little bit redundant. Again, they don't need to say it. You know, it just to clean the dial up a little bit, I think it would work better. But I think if we can just zoom in a fraction more, what you can see then on the subdials is those concentric circles, which I think do look very pretty indeed. So yeah, you've got quite a lot of texture and contrast, etc. going on with the dial here. I mean, yeah, they don't even need to put Eco Drive on there either, do they? Just put Citizen on there and just leave it at that. That's enough. That's enough. You've got slight texture as well on the tachyscale, but as I say, dial really very pretty and very well executed in general. Couple of tiny faults, but yes. Anyway, I don't think they've exactly smashed it out of the park with this one, but it is a very, very good looking watch. Very, very handsome on wrist. I think the finishing as well is excellent. The loom is superb. Really, really stand out. Is it enough perhaps to, knock the crown off the Seiko Speed Timers heads? I look forward to hearing your comments and thoughts on that one. Again, massive thanks to First Class Watches for the loan of this one. Thanks to you guys, as always, for your time, your view, and your continued support of the channel. Much appreciated, and we'll catch you all in the next video. Cheers, guys.